Hey guys, what's going on? Coach Mike here with your Coach Development Corner, and I wanted to share just a couple pieces of advice on why I believe two of the biggest reasons why leaders don't invest in their people. And so, what it comes down to, from my experience, what I've seen working with tons of leaders and within different organizations, different capacities, that it's narrowed down to two things in particular. One is fear, and two is know-how. So we'll start with the fear. So fear in the sense of as a leader, seeing others grow, other people within a position that could be accelerating at quite a good rate, or their team members that just can do their job better than potentially you. There's an element of fear that can come in where I don't want to invest or tell my secrets or give my perspective or help lead and develop this person because I'm fearful that that person will maybe take my job or will do it better than me and will put me in a position that you're expensible, that you don't, the organization may not need you anymore. So that's one part. And the second part on fear as a leader, and let's say it's your business owner, is you have someone that's really really good and you don't want to help them get better, and for some reason, and that could be within a bunch of different things, but the fear part that comes in is that person will leave. You're scared that you're going to help that person get better and better and better, and that they're not going to see a need for you anymore, that they've outgrown you, and that they're going to leave and maybe do their own thing. So you kind of let them be. And so that could be in the form of not sharing new information that you found beneficial to help you grow. And so the reason why that becomes a challenge is that in our minds is that we don't want to help. We're helping people get better, and that's our job as leaders. But the fear comes in that they're gonna take off anyway, and so it's almost like, oh well, if I help them get better, they're just gonna leave. They're not gonna need me anymore. So fear from two capacities. The second is the know-how. And so know-how, not from the sense that we don't know how to help people get better or we don't have the specific skills, but like not necessarily knowing what exactly that person needs to accelerate them anymore. They've kind of hit maybe a ceiling where they're not growing, they're not developing, or they just aren't into it. They don't really care. They don't, for lack of a better word, they don't really give a shit. And so it becomes a challenge as a leader when you want it more than your team member does for themselves. And so there's a couple things like as it relates to that and how what can be beneficial. What I've found to be helpful is one is getting alignment from the perspective of like what does that person's future vision for themselves look like, and walking them through that exercise and talking with them in nuanced details what the upgraded version of them can be like. But then the second is getting grounded in reality of where they're at right now, and doing this exercise with that team member can kind of get you on the same wavelength, because again, back to the point of like wanting it more than someone else. When you want growth and development for someone more than they do, it becomes you trying to sell them on something that they may not be in the ready for, or they may not be in the mental space that anything that you're saying to them is landing. It could be in one ear out the other. So back to the original point, top two biggest reasons that I've seen why leaders aren't investing in is fear and lack of know-how. Thanks.